Greater Good Radio. Connect, learn, heal, and grow.
If I wasn't training anybody, and if I was just training myself, I'd still train this way because since I can remember remembering, which would be what, age 4, I've always been what I would like to, I guess we'll call protective of things. My mother, my family members, I was like gangster about it. From a very young age, I was interested in knives and guns and weapons, and from very like preschool, I was into that.
Ninja stars.
Anything.
Yeah. Okay.
I was even folding them out of paper. You know, the ones that anything that you could throw or could project or stick in us or kill. I was into it. And you know, my mom, I take a lot of my traits from my mom and her side of the family, just physically and psychologically. And you know, now I realize my mom growing up, she had to raise 3 of us in the 70s. My dad was there, but you know, back in those days, mom was with us all the time. So it was kind of like a lot of pressure on her. I realize now as a parent myself that my mom, oftentimes the way she reacted to us, it was just panic, or a lot of fear in my mom. And she told us about her upbringing on Big Island. You know, my grandpa was strict, as was all people of that generation. He wasn't particularly bad, but he was just, you know, old school. And then my mom kind of raised us that way. But I do believe that what you say about the transference of trauma from one generation to the next, because I've always had this wonder. I've asked my wife, why do I have this thing in me, this growl? You know, this thing that's always just, now that I'm older and I have a slightly different perspective, but it's only since cancer 12 years ago and then having my second daughter that I've kind of gotten, and I'm just getting older now, but I've always had this thing that just growls in me and just is always ready to be attacked. I never trust in society. You know, I guess I'm an unprepared prepper.
Does it feel like it's yours?
I've always wondered. I've always been perplexed as why do everyone else seem to be relaxed? No one else seems to care about being, you know, attacked on the street. And my wife would always say, of all people to attack, why would people want to attack you? And I said, you know what? There's people that specifically want to attack. I'd always come up with an excuse. I've always felt like there's something inside of me that, I don't know, there's some issue. I think everybody has some issue that's deep inside that. Yeah. But going forward, I've always been loaded this way. Like I said, if you saw the way I was raised, I mean, you know, nobody that I can recall ever abused me or ignored me or bullied me in school. That's why I even was harsh on myself growing up, because I was going, you act like you have so many problems and you've got the most ass life in the world. What the fuck is the matter with you? Because you know, you're growing up in Kahala, you're going to Punahou, your parents drive you to school, you get 3 to 4 to 5 meals, whatever you want a day. Everything's new on you. What is your problem? You know, I was always ready for things to go wrong in the most utopian environment you could have growing up. It's very privileged. So I don't know, man.
If you resonate with Greater Good Radio, please join our community at www.greatergoodradio.com, where you can get access to exclusive content and offerings. Hope to see you soon.